So far we have seen that she washes all the servants, along with Mrs. Rao and Ragini, thoroughly without soap and water. No one had the courage to say anything in front of her after seeing this avatar of Siya. Even Grandpa was well aware of the suppressed anger, hatred, and sorrow within Siya, reflected in her eyes. He did not stop her from doing what she was doing, nor did he ask her anything, as he did not consider himself worthy enough. Just then, Adik steps forward and says to Siya, "Siya, move your foot." Ragini is in pain. "Do you understand what you are doing? Let her go. What are you doing?" Saying this, he pushes Siya slightly backward. Ragini immediately grabs Naksha's hand sitting next to her and starts crying. Siya was just looking at all of them with her cold eyes and emotional face. The words spoken by Mrs. Rao were still echoing in her mind. Then she looks at everyone and says, "Mrs. Rao, it seems you do not understand the language of humans. No worries, after today you will understand every language well. I had said not to come in my way. You and your family can do whatever you want. But no, Supriya, you will have to pay a very high price for this." At that moment, Sia's voice sounded so dangerous and chilling that all the servants standing there were trembling. Even everyone present felt a deadly threat around them. Xia continues, "What did you think? I am that weak girl whom you all locked in a room whenever you wanted, sent to a mental hospital whenever you wanted, treated her however you pleased? This is your biggest misunderstanding. And don't worry, I will take care of it well. I will do it so well that you will remember it for your entire life." Ram did not like Adik pushing Siya back. So he steps forward and calmly explains to Siya, "Look, Siya, calm down. I know what I did was wrong, and they should not have done that, but please don't be angry. Calm down. Whatever she was doing, she was just trying to stop you from being here. So don't be angry with her. After all, she is our mother." Seeing this, Siya waves her hand in front of his eyes and says, "It seems Mr. Ram is having some misunderstandings. I am an orphan. I have no family. So please stop repeatedly imposing yourself and your family on me." Then she says, "I don't care if you consider her your sister or make anyone walking on the road your sister, create your family, and whenever your mother or family faces such dualities, please handle them beforehand. Otherwise, when I use my methods, you might not be able to bear it." Seeing Siya angry, Ram steps forward to hold her hand and tries to explain, but Siya quickly pulls her hand away from his grip. As a result, her hand collides forcefully with something behind her, causing an injury, and blood starts to flow. Seeing this, Ram gets worried. Meanwhile, Naksh, who had been comforting Rajini, when he sees blood flowing from Rajini's hand like water, for some reason stands up from his place and rushes to Siya. He takes out a handkerchief from his pocket and immediately places it on her injured hand to stop the bleeding. Siya was taken aback by his reaction. Some different emotions appeared in her eyes, but disappeared just as quickly. Regini, who was watching this, felt her anger and insecurity rising. As she sees the scene in front of her, her anxiety increases. She feels everything slipping away from her hands. Siya closes her eyes. Memories start to swirl in front of her eyes. Suddenly, she opens her eyes and takes her hand back from Naksh, returning the handkerchief to him and looking at him with unfamiliar eyes. And then, very calmly but coldly, she says, "Young prince of the Rao family, you don't need to act like you care about me or worry about me. I know very well what your and your family's motive is behind all this. So here, please don't act like a good brother in front of me." Then pointing at Regini, she says, "How are you? Maybe all this will make your dear sister angry, and then she might do something to me." No one understood the meaning behind her words. Before anyone could say anything, the door suddenly bursts open with a loud noise, and many bodyguards rush in. Among those bodyguards, a very imposing, dangerous-looking man walks in. He had a very menacing expression on his face. Seeing him, everyone standing there is shocked. Meanwhile, moisture wells up in Sia's eyes. This Siya was quite different from the one a little while ago. The Saya who was treating everyone with full courage and a heartless manner suddenly turned into a weak and helpless woman who desperately needed protection. Seeing Manav, Siya runs to him and hugs him. Manav also holds her tightly. After a while, he gently pulls Siya away from him and sits her down on a chair. He gestures to his assistant, Dhruv. As soon as Dhruv gets the signal, he goes outside. Manav takes out a handkerchief from his pocket and carefully cleans the blood from Sia's injured hand. By then, Dhruv returns with a first aid box and hands it to Manav. Manav quickly dresses Sia's hand properly and asks her just one question. "Is it hurting a lot?" To which Siya nods her head like a child. After this, suddenly, the police arrive at the house and go straight to Mr. Rao, showing him an arrest warrant. This arrest warrant was in Mrs. Rao's name. Seeing this, he is taken aback and raises his voice slightly, saying, "Inspector, do you even know what you are doing and with whom? What has she done to warrant an arrest?" Hearing this, the police say, "Look, Mr. Rao, I did not come here without reason. We received a complaint that your wife, pointing at Siya, is trying to keep her forcibly at home. Along with that, there is an attempt to coerce her, which is legally considered a crime. Therefore, we must definitely make an arrest. Any further discussions you wish to have can be done at the police station." Hearing this, Mrs. Rao angrily says, "What is there to press charges about? I want to keep my daughter at home with me. She is upset with us, which is why she wants to leave. What is there to send her to jail for?" Hearing this, the inspector says, "What? Mrs. Rao, is she your daughter?" Mrs. Rao quickly agrees. But the police say, "We have never heard of this. We only know that you have 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter. The daughter's name is Ragini." So suddenly, "Mrs. Rao, how is she your daughter?" Before anyone could say anything, Siya loudly says, "Inspector, these people are forcibly making me a member of their family. I have no family. I came here from an orphanage in Maharashtra. If you have any problem with this, you can charge them." Mrs. Rao, trembling, says, "Shut up. You don't need to speak in between. You don't have enough sense to know what to say and what not to. I don't know about this, so let us adults resolve the matter." Hearing this, Manav steps forward and says, "Inspector, arrest them right now and punish them. They have illegally almost kidnapped Siya. Therefore, I myself am filing a case against all of this." Hearing this, Mrs. Rao says, "Who do you think you are doing all this to us? Who do you think you are? We are her parents. We gave birth to her. Who are you to do all this?" Hearing this, Manav smiles devilishly and says, "I have legally and formally adopted her. I am her legal guardian, and I have taken on her responsibility. Therefore, I can make decisions regarding her in every way." Hearing Manav's words, the entire Rao family goes into shock. They had never heard or thought that the business tycoon Manav, Bajaj, the underworld king, would interfere in such matters. Moreover, he has taken a legal interest in Sia's life. He has legally adopted Siya,